Hello, good afternoon, happy Saturday to you all. So, if you were on my Twitter space, is it 2 days ago now, where we talked about how to search for, we talked about scholarships in the United States generally and how to search. That is where a lot of people were given assignment to search for 20 schools that has funding for their course of study out of over 3,000 universities in the United States. And I said, I'm going to help some people with the assignment today and demonstrate how to search for you. That is what I'm about to do now. So if you are just joining in, what you will do is to come with your question. Once you come with your question, and we'll be able to the question basically is, or tell us, this is the course of study. This is what you have for your course of study. This is what you want to study in the United States, and then you tell me, oh, I want to search for assistantship funding in this course of study. So I will start with some courses here, some very popular courses. For example, let's say someone is looking for assistantship in uh, chemistry, for example. Let's say chemistry assistantships. Okay, it's there. What do? You have something like this. Oh, why is it going this way? Chemistry assistantships. Then what you see, remember what I explained yesterday on the time we had that session, is that for assistantships, what you really need to do is to put in the keywords that will bring out the results you are interested in. Put in the keywords, and then it brings out uh, what you're interested in. So in the United States, all the funding that you're interested in, all the funding that you want, they are referred to as assistantships. Okay, so if they are referred to as assistantship, when you put the keyword, what you are searching for, and you put assistantships together, it goes into the website of the school or the department, and it brings out where the funding information is. For example, I just type chemistry assistantships here, and then you see what it brought out. This is Florida State University. This is my school, for example. Florida State University has a lot of funding for chemistry. There are a lot of Nigerians there. So you can see, if you just, let me pick another school. Let's say Florida, University of Florida. Just click on it, stipends, and then you see where it takes you to. Kefas, I see you. Thank you. Thank you. You see, stipend. It says cost of attendance, housing information, blah blah blah, and then graduate student fellowships and are available to our students. All applicants. So this is what I'm usually interested in. All applicants are considered for this by our students at this as part of the acceptance process. Okay, so if you are interested in chemistry, for example, now all you just need to do is just go to the chemistry department. This is it. Search for the research they are doing, look for what they are doing, go to research areas, research faculty. You want to see, okay, so if they are funding for chemistry, so who are the faculties that I can work with? Then you see different faculty members, and then you go through them and you see what they are doing. You can either go through the names of the professor, or you just click the research area and then you see those professors that are working there. Let's click analytical, for example. Then you see the professor working in analytical chemistry, and then you'll read about it. Then click the professor. You go and look for what he's doing, and then you read about him. You read his research area, and then if you can find links to some of his papers, go through that paper, and then you're able to know what he's doing, and then you message him. Okay, so let me pick another course now. For example, uh, that will be, let me pick public health. It's one of the courses that people have questions about. Hey, I'm looking for assistantships in public health. What should I do? So let me click public health, public health assistantships. Okay, so this is public health assistantships now. For example, PhD physics, we will do physics. Don't worry. So this is public health. You see, University of Florida too. You start there, read about it. Okay, so you see, this is their PhD program, public health, and then you start reading about it. What do they have here? Oh, PhD, assistantship and financial aid, assistant and financial aid. This is about the assistantship. Graduate assistants are available in public health PhD programs. I'm usually interested in that. Once you are sure that they have assistantships, next thing you do, you can go to the research area. Of course, you see the research area. In fact, you can already see the research area on this side. Say biostatistics, epidemiology, blah 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 blah. Public health PhD itself, then environmental services, blah blah blah. Those are the areas where they do research. Next thing you probably want to do, you want to learn about the admission. Okay, what does application and deadline, what does it look like? These are the things you want to be gathering for yourself, right? So that you can know, okay, is this a place I can go to? You want to see what are they requesting for? So you can see the deadline for each of the programs. These are master's programs. You can see the deadline for PhD programs. You see. So you just click on each of them and then you know what their requirement is. Let's pick biostatistics, for example. How to apply, you see. The request for GRE, the request for GPA, blah, blah, blah. And then you compare it with what you have and then you say, okay, is this a good school for me? You tick yes or no. All right. So I said I'll be going with what some people are submitting. So Kefas, you are saying physics. Let's check physics. The same process. The same process. Physics assistantships. Though I will also give you, because you are physics, I will also give you a way of searching it, which I know. Um, Physics assistantship. Okay, so you can see physics. The first thing they brought out is my school, maybe because I've clicked it a lot of times. UF. Okay, see University of Florida assistantships available. You see, so you have physics different. They pay stipend of 35,000 per year, and the tuition waiver, which is something good, something huge, right? Let's see some other schools in physics. This University of South Florida, I know because I applied to some of these schools when I was doing mine too. This is University of South Carolina. Teaching assistantships are offered to all accepted PhD students. Okay, see, all PhD students. Yeah, you can already see. So these are some of the ways you can go through the searching process. And once you click it, let's click it. You can see the school, then you see how to apply. You see graduate assistantship, you see the tuition waiver. This one they pay 20,000 over 9 months. Fully subsidized health insurance, which is good, is a good thing. Um, you can see what they have, graduate student fellowships, different fellowships that they have. Uh, you can see how to apply to the graduate programs. That's where you see all the requirement, masters and doctoral requirements. You can click that and then you will see what they are frequently asked question. Is GRE required? That's one question people ask a lot of time. Is GRE required? Here in which school is this again? They said no GRE scores are required. Can you see here? If you have taken the GRE, you can of course report your results if you would like, but it's not required. This is University of South Carolina. Do I need a master's to apply for PhD program? No, it's not required. Okay, with bachelor's, you can apply for a PhD program. Okay, they said I'm an international applicant. Do I need to submit the result of an English proficiency test? So if your native language is not English, you must submit. For details of this one, a Nigerian can actually apply without submitting TOEFL and all these things. Just email them that okay, now they have that. Say I am an international student, but the medium of instruction in my undergraduate institution was English. Do I still need to pass an English proficiency test? You see, they said the graduate school waives the English requirement for applicants who have a US degree and usually offer a similar waiver for those with a degree from an institution in a country whose native language is English. However, waiver is not offered based solely on the language of instruction, including programs taught in English and blah 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 blah. Please contact the graduate school. So in Nigerian, we go with this without what's the word now? Without having to write TOEFL, GRE, blah blah blah. A Nigerian can actually do this based on what they have said. So this is University of South Carolina. Okay, and on you will see different universities I have done. Physics is what I've done. I'm a physics guy, so I can also tell you some other ways in which you can search for it. Uh, grad school shopper, grad school shopper. So grad school shopper is basically for those in physical sciences, physics majorly. Okay, and what you will see there is it's a find your graduate program. Just let's search it this way: degree by specialty, blah blah blah. Okay, let's ask it to list. Okay, browse programs. So what this does is to sort. Okay, let me sort. We can sort the schools. I think that they have changed the way they are making the way their site looks like. But you can sort the schools by their requirements. For example, you want to see, do they have TOEFL requirement, GRE requirement? Here on this website, you can sort it based on their requirement. What's happening? La 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 la. Okay, so this is it. Now you can see this is a list of 1,221 schools within physics. Okay, so now see the way it has been sorted: PhD, master's, campus, overall acceptance, application due date. You can also track the application due date. You can also track what the requirements are. You see, you see a lot of criteria for each of the schools, and you can track them. And you can easily eliminate schools you are not interested in just by looking at this. Okay, let's say you want to track by, but this is just for physics, so let me not dwell too much on it. If you are in physics, you can just go back to the grad school shopper and then search for it. Now, for some courses, I mentioned that it may be difficult to actually search for it because what you are interested in is is a what do you call it now? Is a unit in the course. For example, someone is saying, I want to do, I don't know, someone gave an example. Um, Someone is saying, I'm interested in doing, okay, let's say data science. Now let's try with data science and let's see what it will bring out for us. Data science assistantship. Data science is even still good. We can get it, but let's try it. Data science assistantship. Of course, we got a lot of schools with data science. Data science. You can see different schools with data science. That still works. Okay, that still works. I want someone to just give me Okoro promise. You've been waiting since 12. I'm sorry. I said around 12, so I wasn't sure exactly if we're gonna start 12 or not. But again, we have started. Thank you for waiting. So Okoro promise, what course do you want to study? Give me. Let me use you to search. Let me use it to search. Okay, of course, we can still find for data science. You can still see different schools for data science, which is quite easy. While I'm waiting for some people to drop what they want to search for, the course they're interested in, let me use an example that a lot of people will not think there is an assistantship for. Let me use fine arts. Fine arts. And then let's see what do we have for fine arts. Can you see even my school said assistantship and funding, Department of Art. Department of Art. Graduate Assistantship, Department of Art. You see, FSU, Department of Art, as technical or teaching assistantship available for our graduate master's final students. First year students can receive technical assistantship, qualifies them if you offer teaching assistantship during their second and third year in the program. Okay, so you see, even fine art as assistantships, uh, you can say funding opportunities. Let's see how much they pay them. Okay, they didn't mention the amount here. Okay, but the long and short of the story is that there is funding for fine arts, and there are other different funding opportunities which people can even access there. Let's see which other course should I use to. Okay, and you see, this is another school. This is University of Florida. This is Texas Tech University, Boston University, College of Finance. And you see, and there are a lot of people in Nigeria who say, oh, assistantship is only for STEM students, this and that, but I'm not in the STEM graduate. What shall I do? There is assistantship for you. You just need to understand how to search for it. How to search for it. Okay. So let me pick some of the things that people are dropping here. Uh, okay, health informatics. Okay, good. This is the perfect example. I will type health informatics and we'll see what it will bring out for us. And then I will now say health informatics. Health informatics. Oh, interesting. Health informatics still brought nice result for us. Now, because in some situations, some courses will lead you to something else. Some of the things, some of the units will lead to something else. And then in that situation, you need to be careful how you search. But this is still beautiful. University of North Carolina, we see health informatics and analytics, but it's under School of Data Science. Okay. And I know you are learn okay health data science too. Okay, health informatics and analytics. So which is beautiful. Which is beautiful. So you have a TA work, 20 hours, half time, 10 hours, blah, blah, blah. These are the requirements. When should you apply? If selected, blah, 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 blah. Visa issues. You see, there's opportunity for you. There's fun for you. Let me try population health and let's see what it comes with. Population health. Population health. Okay. It's under Department of Public Health, of course, as expected. So this is under University of Florida. It's under the College of Public Health and Health Professions. So many times, if it happens that the search word that you use is not giving you the right result, just think under what department will this be. For example, population health. Now we can see it's under uh, Public Health, College of Public Health. uh, Everything that has to do with population health, blah blah blah, occupational therapy. Yeah, let's see some of the other search results. Okay, you see everything. Most of them is under the public health, but let's see this one is under community health and health behavior. I've not even heard of this department before. Department of Community Health and Health Behavior. And you see, so basically, you see that different schools have different ways of naming their, what do you call it now? Their program, their department, their college, whatever. They have different names, ways of naming it, and you still find the course you are looking for in those departments. And then here they receive assistantship. Most of our PhD students receive this way I'm reading assistantship of 30, stipend of 30,000. Okay, along with full tuition scholarship and health coverage. Okay, there, but they receive 30,000. 30,000 is good money. I'm telling you that. University of Buffalo. This is the University of Buffalo. Okay, let me look. Okay, now someone said MBA. Okay, good. Let's start with MBA. Let's see what search result will we see from MBA. Don't worry, promise I'm still coming down to yours since you have been waiting. Toby, I'm coming down to you too. MBA. Now it will be a bit challenging with MBA, but let's start and then we now see how we can move around it. MBA. Okay, graduate assistantship, Masters of Business Administration. Let's see, do they really offer the assistantship? Missouri State University. Okay, in assistantship role, student will work. In return, they receive duties may include collaborating with professors or Department of Health to support university operation. This is a great way to fund your MBA, which is good, which is good, which is good. Okay, but it doesn't look like the department here was business administration really have their own assistantship. Okay, so complete the GA application form. Yeah. Okay, so the College of Business offers approximately 50 graduate assistantship. So in the College of Business, they will put people in different. Now in MBA, because MBA is very expensive, so some of these folks have a way of they manage it. So the assistantship, it seems from what I'm reading here, it seems that those who are on campus that can apply for it, which is still a good thing, which is still a good thing. But at least there is funding for that. Let's see if we can find more schools. MBA. Okay, Florida Gulf Coast University. You see them say a limited, they say the Lugard College of Business offer a limited number of graduate assistantship. Okay, the college will pay the in-state portion of their tuition as well as bi-weekly stipend. Out of state students who are profile and wish to have an outship, we need to complete GMAT score. Okay. Which is beautiful. We are seeing scholarships for MBA. We are seeing funding for MBA, University of North Florida. But they are limited, right? College of Business. Now, if it were to be that we could not find something substantial for MBA, what I would have said is okay, let's think under which college do we find MBA? Business, right? You said business administration. So we go to the College of Business. So I can just write something like College of Business. College of Business Assistantships. And then it's gonna just bring me different college of business I can just type online business and then you see this FSU, this is Gulf Coast, Missouri State, North Florida, Ball State University. They offer graduate assistantship position, you see. And the beauty of searching with this keyword is that it takes you directly to the page where funding is discussed. You don't have to move around trying to surf around. So College of Business. Now, when you type College of Business this way, it doesn't necessarily have to be business administration. It can be under it can be marketing, it can be just any of the departments that you can find there. In fact, I have someone who is doing a fully funded program in marketing on that College of Business too. Okay, so yeah, we have that funding there. Toby, you're saying, can you shed more light on cold emails later? Yes, I will shed more light on cold email. Yeah. Okay. I will talk about what the professor said. That's not entirely true because people still do cold emails and still get their offer. That's not entirely true. But I will talk about what you said the Nigerian professor talked about. Yeah. Okay. So, promise, you want to check biological sciences, zoonotic disease, infectious disease. Okay, so let me assume this is you just trying to type it here. The first thing you want to say, oh, you type in zoonotic, notic, and let's see what it's going to bring us for zoonotic disease. Then I'll still come back to type infectious disease. Zoonotic disease. Okay. You see, the first two things it brought us was job employment, not really necessary. Okay, University of Texas, maybe this can be something that we'll see. Graduate fellowship, the Center for Vector-Borne and Zoonotic Disease. So at least we got one response that looks positive first. Yeah, graduate student fellowship. Yeah, we got one response. Let's see what majority of the responses are. Can you see that majority of the responses are not from schools? They are not from universities. The only two university results we got was that one, and I think this. This doesn't even look like a university, or it's a university. Uh, Canadian African Animal Health Surveillance System. It's not even what we're expecting. So you see how that did not work out. In fact, let's see more result. Let's put next. Okay, we see Texas A&M, but that's ecology management, ecology and management. But you see, all the other results are not what we are looking for, right? So we have to find a new way of searching for this. So my question to you will be, okay, under which department do you expect zoonotic disease to be found? Is it under veterinary medicine or under zoology? Okay, let's even try and say, okay, maybe under veterinary medicine. So let me try veterinary medicine. How do we spell veterinary? That's flew from me. Veterinary medicine, yeah. Assistantships. So you can see that I can see different options for veterinary medicine. This University of Florida. This is University of Georgia. This is Penn State University. Even though the result is not fully um, grad school thing, but we can still see that we are saying the schools that we are interested in. Let's start with UF. It shows animal sciences. Yeah, you can also search through animal sciences, right? Because you've also mentioned you're interested in xenology, but can still narrow down to professors who are researching on bats. So let's assume I'm you and just trying to look for what you just mentioned now. So I've read that, oh yeah, this school, they have funding, they have, they give 27,000 per year. That's what they give out to students. So I'll look at what they have, blah, blah, blah. Then I'll go to research. Let me start with research programs. I'll look what do they have for research program. So they have cellular molecular and integrative nutrition, dietary check, genetics. I don't know. So where do you think zoonotic, where can we see that, yeah, something that has to do with disease. I'm not sure they have what you're looking for. I don't think so. So we have to go for to another school if that is the case. Microbiology. Okay, immunology and disease. That's what you're interested in. They have it. Okay. So that's how you go there. And then you can see it listed the name of professor who's working in that field, immunology and disease. So let's see Dr. John first. Dr. John is even the department chair. So you can see what he's been doing, graduate students, technical research, East American, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so it's research. That's what you want to read about. Okay, so but it's working basically on cattle, so not bats as you're interested in. But you don't have to be rigid in your search. Okay, sometimes when you say professor, you're interested in bat, the professor is already working on cattle. You just say, yeah, let's go and work on cattle. It's all nice, but of course you can still find bats. Then what's the next thing you should do? Try to read their publications. Go to the Google Scholar, go to publications, try to see what the professor has. Of course, then you look through other professors that you can see there too, and then see what they actually have. And then you go through the same process of looking at what are their requirements, what do they have, blah, blah, blah. And then you start the process of writing a cold email. Okay, this is University of Georgia. Am I correct? University of Georgia, Agricultural and Environmental Sciences. Number one, you see they have assistantship. They pay 1,800 per month for PhD students, and then they pay 1,670 for master students. If you multiply that by 12, that's the amount they pay per year. Okay, so you can try to view their professors, what they have, the research they do, blah 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 research in nurses, meats and muscle biology, regenerative medicine, swine nutrition, blah 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 blah. Of course, you just click it again and try to see the research that they do. Of course, another way you can search for what we're looking for is to do infectious disease. Infectious disease may not necessarily be in a department that has to do with animal science, veterinary medicine, or zoology. Infectious disease may take you to purely research based, because some of them may be on humans too. Okay, so this is not even showing us something really nice because it's already showing something totally different, like jobs. That's what it's showing us now. And that's why the way we searched it at the beginning makes sense, right? But of course, we still see some schools, John Hopkins, University of Miami, Division of Infectious Disease. You see, there is a whole division on infectious disease at the University of Miami. Uh, this is for jobs. Okay, so what those ones have been showing us are jobs. Let's see, I see University of Buffalo, Epidemiology and Environmental. And then you see the different graduate assistantships at University of Buffalo, and then they pay 29,900, almost 30,000 per year. And then you see the different divisions. Epidemiology, for those who are interested in epidemiology, you can see they offer all these things. All you just need to do is to click on it and then see what the requirements are. Look at the professors working in that line, professors working in that field, and then go for them. Write code emails to them. Okay, I believe that answered your question, Okoro. I mean, promise. Yeah. So now, Toby, just to the question you asked about cold email, about cold email. Cold email still works. What the professor also said in the terms of rotation is true, because but not all schools do that. Okay, some schools do it. When students come in, they allow students to go through rotation through different labs. Okay, they rotate through different labs, and once they rotate through different labs, uh, they eventually settle on one school that they want. They choose one school eventually. Okay, but not all. I mean, they choose one research unit eventually, or research lab, or research area eventually. But not all schools do that. I didn't do anything that looks like rotation. They don't do it in my school. But in my school, what happens is each professor comes to speak to the student and tell them, hey, come and join our lab. Come and join my lab. I'm interested in you. I want you to join my lab, this and that. And you consider everything they are saying, and then you decide if you should join their lab or not. Okay. In my wife's school, they do rotation. They go through rotation from one lab to another, one lab to another. But that, even with the rotation, that still doesn't mean cold emails don't work there. People send cold emails from different places and they get into the school. The way my wife got to the advisor was something like a cold email too. Okay. So it works that way. It's worked both ways. So I would say in schools in the United States, cold email is not compulsory, but it's necessary. That's the way I usually put it. It is necessary. I hope that answered your question. All right. Let me see, which course should I search for again? What should I search for? Mm, Let me see something that is not very popular, because, well, you folks are not giving me courses again. So I think I will just search for one or two more, and then it will be a good place to end. I think I've made a point, and it's clear to anyone who watches this video, who is watching this video maybe later on, or anyone who has been here live, that you can actually search for almost any course. Let's say someone says, "Oh, I studied education course, teaching education, and then how do I do this?" In fact, don't do too much. Just type education. Just type education. Just type education and then enter. And this is what you see. Graduate assistantships. Oh, education may be tricky. It may be tricky. Just typing education may be tricky. I can already see mixed results here. University of North Florida. To be hired under. Okay, you see, this is a broad, this is not a particular department. This is just university wide. Talking about graduate assistantships, university wide. Yeah. College of Art Sciences and Education. Yeah. So this is graduate assistant for those who are in the School of Education and Human Development. So that's Florida International University. So you can see that they have graduate assistantships too for those ones there. This is School of Communication, FSU, not what we are interested in. Okay, so yeah, education does not really go well. I should have narrowed it down, but I can still see some College of Education assistantship there. Maybe what I should have typed is College of Education. Okay, so this is College of Education, University of Alabama. Three assistantship category: teaching assistant, graduate assistantship, research assistantship. About 20 hours per week. J appointment, blah blah blah. So apply for departmental positions, complete this form. Okay, but I could have just typed something like, let's say, what are those courses in education again? Uh, let's say, okay, some people do counseling. Let's even try counseling assistantship. It will bring mixed results, okay, because there are counseling things that happen on campus, but it can help us narrow it down. Department of Art Education. Okay, art education. Remember, we saw find out just recently. Counseling and psychological services. So let's see. Graduate assistantship, 2 hour, 20 hour, blah blah blah. What department is this? Center for Counseling and Psychological Services. Hmm. So this is in clinical health psychology, University of North Carolina. Okay. Masters of Science in Counseling, assistantships. Okay, Masters of Science in Counseling. You see, graduate assistantship are available within the department as well as campus wide, blah, 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 blah. GAs will work 18 hours per week, begin work, blah, 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 blah. You can see assistantship for those in counseling and higher education. So you can just narrow your search and search for what and get what you are actually looking for. Babawale is saying biochemistry. Yeah, let's try biochemistry. You see a lot of results for biochemistry, a lot of funding for biochemistry. Biochemistry is big. There is a lot of funding. Biochemistry. And you can see already, and usually many schools combine chemistry and biochemistry together. You can see a lot of funding already. Department of Biochemistry and Biochemistry, teaching assistant, that's my school, Florida State University, University of Toledo, Department of Chemistry and Biochemistry, University of Tennessee, Knoxville, Biochemistry, Cellular and Molecular Biology, um, University of Georgia, you see Oregon State University, graduate funding, Department of Biochemistry and Biophysics. So a lot of funding for that. That's a If you don't need anyone to teach you for that. A lot of funding for biochemistry. Now, what am I trying to make? What point? The point is, uh, yes, the US have a lot of funding for biological sciences. Promise, they have a lot of funding for biological science. The point I'm trying to make is that whatever your course of study is, there is a way you can search it and you will find that assistantship. Remember, I mentioned there are over 3,000 schools in the United States, and then there is no way this one school will have something for your course of study, at least, and you can find 20. And you can see if I'm to count what I've been doing now, I have maybe over 20 for different courses I'm interested in. You will find that funding for your course of study. In fact, let me shock you. Yoruba assistantships. It will be hard, but when we see something. Now, Yoruba, it should actually be under languages, right? But I want to start with Yoruba first before we now go to uh, non-languages, now linguistics. So this is Wilson College, Grad MA in Humanities program. Okay, Masters of Humanities. This is their assistantships. Um, Let me see. How did Yoruba come into play here? In humanities, course list. Okay. Is it because they do Yoruba or something? Okay. Okay, this is just masters in humanities generally. Generally. Okay. Of course, but these are foreign languages. This is university. I mean, US consulate in Nigeria, blah blah blah. But let's see what they say here. Teaching assistant program. Okay. So this is for some people who did Yoruba, what they can do. Okay, yeah. So some people who teach Yoruba may want to look into that anyway. But that's not what I'm actually looking for. Okay, this is part of the program. Okay, let me just type linguistics in front. Linguistics. Okay, let me remove Yoruba. Okay, and interestingly, some of the courses that they teach in many schools that do linguistics is foreign language, and Yoruba is one of the foreign languages that they actually teach. So you can see the different uh, graduate assistantships that we have that you can find in linguistics. This is graduate assistantship, Southern Illinois University, grammar, phonetics, blah blah blah. This is what students can teach. Okay. All right. So you see, is you can just continue searching and searching. However, even MBA, we found funding for MBA, right? So, however, hidden your cost of study may look, or that, oh, they don't fund this and that. No, that's not true. Some say, oh, it's because I'm not in STEM field. There's You will find something for your course. Definitely, you will find something for your course. And as you can see, some say, oh, economics, maybe economics will not have. Or some say, I did political science. What does political science say? That's why I can't find scholarship, this and that. Not true. This is University of Florida, political science. Most PhD students are funded by teaching and research assistantship. Say, political science, liberal arts and sciences. All PhD applicants are considered for funding by the department. All PhD applicants, they are considered for funding. This is political science. Okay, you just need to search. You just need to search. Okay, you just need to search. PhD students are supported through the blah 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 endowed chair. You just need to search. You just need to search. This is the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill. If you search it too, you will find most students in the project are supported by fellowships and assistantships. You see, this Department of Political Science, it's there. It's there. You can. Where is my hand pointing? It should go this way or this way. Okay, this way up. Political science. You see it there. It's there. It's there. So you can find it. Honestly, uh, whatever course it is, you can find it. So you can see different schools. Political science, different schools. So I mean, already expecting you to start searching for your own course of study, because you will find it. The key word is the assistantships, because and that would direct you directly to schools in the United States. I don't know how much I should stress it. It will direct you to schools in the United States. You just go there directly. Uh, Let me say what's another thing that people say they can't find funding for. I say I did sociology, that's why uh, I can't find funding. Let's see what does sociology has to say. It's University of South Florida, University of Georgia, University of Florida, on and on. Masters of Arts in Sociology, Department of Sociology awards graduate as each year. You see, on and on. So there is no excuse. That's the summary of what I'm saying. You can find funding for your course of study. Before I end, let me see if there's any other question that I can take. Then uh, we can end it for today. And for those who join Space Session on Twitter, I can expect you to come back with 20 schools. 20 schools. Okay. Any question? Any question before I end it? Just type your question in the comment section. I'll see it and respond. Any question? Okay. It seems it's all good from this side. Good, 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 good. Okay, Samuel, ask a question, please. When sending cold emails, there is no deadlines, so to speak. Remember, we call it cold emails. Cold simply means that you are not familiar with the person before. You are trying to strike a relationship. Okay, so what you need to consider is when admission opens for the school, when application opens for the school, or when it ends too. You want to make sure you already have a relationship with the professor by the time admission opens for the school. That's what you want. So, for example, if a school opens their application portal in December, usually, You can start sending cold emails now, even all through the application process. But you should know that by the time the application deadline passes, most professors have made up their mind already on who to go with or who not to go with. The admission committee are already deciding who to pick or not to pick. So at that point, it may become already difficult, especially if you are not considered for the position or for the offer. So you want to make sure that it's around uh, what do you call it now? It's around that time where the application opens. So you want to make sure you have that relationship between you and the professor be solid at that time. Because that can help a lot. I've had stories of people that it really, really, really helped. The professors they were able to get at the end in their admission because the professor really wanted them and then wanted to fund them. The professor had funding to give to them. So it was easy for them to come. So Samuel, you can ask your question. Just type it. I'll see it. You said you have a question. Michael, you're saying you got 10 schools already before the time of meeting. It would before the time of for meeting. It should have been completed. Nice, Michael. You are doing great. Nice, nice. Good job. So you have a BSc in B Farm and going for MSc in Farm Chem. Your research is in electroactive for drug delivery. Okay. So yes, that's possible. That's possible. That is possible, and you can get it. Many chemistry departments will offer that. Honestly, I so far the research you're interested in is being done. I don't see any reason why you cannot do it anywhere. It can be in chemistry, it can be in biomedical sciences, it can be in pharmaceutical science. Honestly, it does not really matter. So far you are still doing the research you are really want because all these lines, all these degrees that are talking about farm science, medical science, even chemistry, they all do research in polymers for drug delivery and all these things. So, whichever, all I would say is spread your tentacles, apply to most of the schools, a PhD, yeah, which is good apply for PhD. If some schools only offer MSc and you are really interested in the program, apply for the MSc there too. Spread your tentacles, spread it wide. Don't limit yourself. Okay, apply for the MSc, for the PhD in those different departments, and then you will actually, whichever one comes in, then you can decide, oh, which one is the ultimate, which one really aligns more with what you desire, and you can go for it. And you can go for it. Okay, I hope that answered your question. All right, all right. So if there is no more question, I want to say thank you for joining in. If you've not subscribed to this channel before, subscribe to it now. I do some impromptu videos. I just give it out straight away, just impromptu, and people uh, get blessed a lot. Okay. So you're saying Lucky currently pushing your masters in public and will finish by January. Yes, 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 you can apply. You can apply. You can apply. Yes, yes. You can include in your what do you call it now? SOP that you are running a master's program that will end in January. Yes, you can apply. Because ordinarily most of the PhD programs only require a BSc. You can see from the schools that we saw when I shared my screen. Ordinarily most of them just require a BSc ordinarily. But with your master, you stand a better you stand at an advantage. So yes, you can do it. Okay, so Michael, you said you have HND in biochemistry, but currently where no, it won't be a discrimination. There are a lot of people with HND who 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 have their who are in schools in the United States already. Okay, so there are lot of students with HND, and then they got into their either master's program or PhD program. At least I know. Okay, what this one will happen. I promise I will bring someone that I know. Maybe next week. Maybe we'll do a video next week, and I will bring her and we'll talk about HND. I think I will speak with her and we'll see. You'll see how. And I have done some videos on how HND folks can apply, even without your PGD, which you have your PGD, which is good. okay, which is good. Uh, Postgraduate master, which is good, which will be an added advantage. Or even with your ordinary HND, you can even apply ordinarily. It won't be a problem. So it's a good thing. Don't think it will be there will be discrimination. It's in Nigeria that they do all those discrimination thing, blah blah blah. Here, so far they say BSc or its equivalent. HND is an equivalent of BSc. Okay, so and then you apply. I will speak to the lady with the that came in with the HND and she's doing a PhD. And we'll see how it goes. Okay, so we are almost done with your MSc in biochemistry in the same school currently in your research semester and it's finished by December. There won't be any discrimination. Remove that from your mind. Okay, no discrimination at all. No discrimination. Marvelous. What's the considerable number of schools to apply to in the US? Number one, let me say as much as you can, as much as you have money for, okay, or as much as you can get free application for. So people limit the number of schools they want to apply to because of application fee. So many schools know that some of them start waiving their application fee too. They make it free to people. Some people make it very cheap, $10, $5, okay, 20, $30, because they know people want to apply to many schools. But I would say as much as you can apply for. I usually suggest people to apply for at least try 10. Try 10. Don't let it be lesser than 10. Try as much as possible. If because now the reason why you should try at least 10, because there will be some schools, at least you should get five, at least five schools where you can get free application fee or free application. Try apply to those schools, then some selected school that you really, really love and you pay for, choose some of those schools to make it at least 10. I know people do 20. I've seen US people who are in the US, like who are really citizens. They said they applied to like 20 schools. You see, someone in my lab, she applied to how many schools? I can't remember. Can't remember how many schools the person applied to. But the person got into like four schools, and the person was having to decide, okay, which school should I go? Which school should I go? So apply to as much as possible. All right, promise by grade of God, I'll see your next list next week. Good. 20 schools next week. That's good. Kingsley, so your question will be: is there funding for PhD or MSc for non-STEM program for HND graduate? Did Kingsley just come in? Number one, did you just come in? For when you mentioned non-STEM program, I wanted to know: did you just come because we've been treating non-STEM program? Let me share my screen again. Non-STEM program is what I've been treating since morning. It's what I've been sharing. See, I was even on sociology when I stopped sharing my screen. Can you see sociology assistantship? And I was sharing, we were looking at different schools with different funding. So it seems, oh, you just came in, I see. So there is a lot of funding for non-STEM. Maybe you watch this video again when we finish so that you can see all the way I've been searching for non-STEM schools, I mean non-STEM courses, assistantship for non-STEM courses, a lot of funding that we are seeing. Many schools, they pay $30,000 per year, some 28, 27, blah, 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 which is good money. So different non-STEM courses, yes. And for HND graduate, there is no discrimination between HND and BSc. Once the school says minimum of BSc or its equivalent, HND is an equivalent of BSc. Case closed. And many schools accept it like that. And I've seen a lot of students who have applied to schools that way and they get it. Okay, get funded. And while you were before you asked your question, I'm talking about someone I know of many people I know who are just HND and they applied. Okay, so uh, there is no problem with that. You can do it. So Michael is saying right now with your PhD, MSc about to get it. Yes, United States. That's why we've been doing all this, Michael, so that you can know that you can apply. So you can know you can apply. Kingsley, that's fine. That's fine. All right, all right, all right. Let's see if there are no more questions. I think uh, this should be a good time to say thank you for joining in. If you have not subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe, like the video. The more you like the video, the more it recommends it to some other people to watch. So your like is not a waste, your like is a good thing. to like the video. Let it show on other people's feed so that they can see the video, what we've been doing, what you came to watch, so that they can also watch too. Like the video is a good thing. If you have folks who you think need this to who need to learn this, it's so easy. You can share the video with them. Okay, you can share the video with them, let them see it too. Because my desire is, this seems like it's a new thing to many people. It seems like news to many people, and many times I wonder, this is not news. This should be common knowledge for everyone who is interested in graduate school. This is what everyone should know. So share it with those you think should know this, should learn about all these things we've been talking about, how to search for assistantship. Some people, they condemn themselves and think, oh, funding is not for me. I can't get funding. It's for the brilliant, it's for the two ones, it's for the first class, it's for these 10 people. No, that's not true. Share this with them, let them know that it is possible. All right, thank you so much for joining in today. God bless you, real good. Don't forget to like the video. I'm not saying your like and yeah, give that thumbs up and share it. Okay, it makes it spread to more people, more people, more people. All right, God bless you, real good. Have a nice time.